Hey guys, I'm sorry that it took a while to come online. Um, I had an issue with my internet, and so that's why I'm an hour late. But thank you for joining either the live or the replay. I'm really grateful that I'm able to do this because I thought I might not be able to do this. And I guess I'm just really happy that I'm here, being able to do this on a consistent basis now. And how is everybody? This week, I have to say, I just watched the weekly reading by Terry Huberman, and she was talking about the collective energy being quite, I guess, feeling a bit low and but that we need to not run away from those feelings. It's really important to actually feel those feelings, that they're coming up for a reason, but it's kind of less yeah I it's a collective energy, so we're all feeling it to an extent. But yeah, it's really important to not feel ashamed of them, but just remember that it's energy, and energy, once it passes through our body, um like that's what it needs to do, is pass through our bodies. And when it does, um yeah, well, what I'm trying to say is we can get through it. Let's do Okay, I was just gonna ask the universe about pulling some cards, and 3 fell just automatically, so I'm just gonna get this one. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is what's this? 5, 6, 7 of cups. 7 of cups. 9 of swords. 3 of cups. Yeah, I mean, gosh, it's kind of obvious to me, but we have these cup cards, and cups represent intuition, love, water, the water element. And yeah, it's kind of what I mentioned right now is it's a collective feeling. It's not just you. So if you're watching this and feeling not very motivated and feeling sad, remember that it's not just you. There's other people going through it together with you. And the 7 of cups is about dreams and illusions. And remember that that even though it's a collective energy and we're all experiencing it, know that you, through your thoughts and through your changing your mindset, you can actually shift from it. But this isn't about running away. If you're running away from feelings, it's always going to come up in different scenarios, because if you're not facing something that you need to be facing, it's just going to show up over and over again. But just remember that it's a feeling and it's not permanent. And yeah, we don't have to stay there just for the hell of it. And then this one is 9 of swords. 9 of swords is about, swords represent our mind, and 9 of swords is about worrying or overthinking. And I think this is a sign from the universe that we don't need to be overthinking it. Feel the feelings, because these are the feeling cards and the feelings cards. Feel the feelings, but don't overthink it. Kind of see it as something that's kind of temporary, but it is part of our evolution as human consciousness. Because this is actually kind of what Terry said in her reading, but as the energy shifts, kind of like coming from the cosmos into like onto Earth, we need to like, because we have our bodies that are dense, it takes time for us to shift into that consciousness, the higher consciousness that's like coming from the cosmos to Earth. And that's why we're feeling these feelings. It's kind of like a side effect, I guess, for want of a better word, of the shift into higher consciousness. So try not to overthink it. Don't worry about it. Just feel the feelings and know that it will pass. It's not something that's going to be permanent and not going to be forever, you know? So let's get some more advice cards. Like, what can we do? I mean, I already kind of did the reading, saying like not to worry too much about it. But like, you know, sometimes we want further guidance, you know, like people who I guess have mental health things that, you know, they're dealing with, being told not to worry about it isn't really, you know, that helpful. But okay, so a card just fell out of my shuffling deck. So okay, so Page of Swords. Okay, I'm just going to tune into this. Okay, yeah, I got a message about swords represents thought, like communication as well, but also thought. But the page is very young, and remember that these thoughts are not you. Like, see them as the page, like a character that's like within your mind, but it's not you. It's just a part of like a character that like lives in your mind, and not to take it too seriously. Like this character, like you don't want to take her too seriously because she's very naive and still kind of like learning. Oh gosh, yeah, this is channeled message because every time. Okay, anyway, yeah, I just remember that like it's not permanent. It's kind of, see it as a character that's separate from you, because it's not you. It's just like a character that like wants to live in your mind. Yeah, it's really important to separate yourself, like you as a soul, from what's going on in your mind, because that's not you. That's just an experience you're going through. But oh gosh, but it's not actually you. So be really mindful of that, like the difference, you know? It's really important that you do that. Okay. What other cards can we get here? Ooh, success. Okay. What am I seeing here? Guides. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing the wreath, and the wreath to me represents Christmas. And Christmas is about celebration, and I'm feeling like we need to celebrate our milestones, rather than like not. I'm not saying don't look at your like thoughts, because that's really important as well, but really celebrate the milestones, like where we've come from to like where we are now, because there are things that like there are things that we've accomplished that when you're feeling sad or like not very motivated, um yeah, you kind of forget. You forget where you are right now, compared to where you were like a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, compare yourself, your current self, to where you were before. There are so many, like, things that maybe you didn't notice before that that you've accomplished. And it's really important to, like, I'm not saying you have to boast about it or brag about it, because it's not about bragging. But you see, like, he's the main character here, and you're the main character of your life too. And it's not about other people recognizing you. Like, this card, if we take it kind of in a negative way, it's about um like being big headed and like kind of seeing like how amazing you are, but like overly doing it. But it's also important to not forget the milestones that you've accomplished, because and you don't have to say it to anybody, or you don't have to like make it a huge deal for other people to see. But it's just for you. Like, it's important for you to recognize where you've come from, and where you are right now. um wow, okay. I just heard, like, if you feel like everything you've done has like not amounted to anything, or like, even though you've come so far, like, I guess I'm not going to say, like, I don't want to blame everything on Mercury retrograde. But if you're experiencing some things that, like, you feel, okay, I just got a different message. Anyway, you feel like you've worked so hard, but then it's not amounted to anything. Remember that um you're not going to be there forever. You know, it's not, nothing is permanent. So, like, it doesn't matter if something you're doing isn't is kind of not where you want it to be. It's not going to be like that forever. What was the other message I got? I'm going to ask my guides. What message is this card? Another message needs to be. Hang on a sec. Okay, I just heard, like, there's nothing wrong with starting again. Sometimes you do things and you think you're like kind of reaching your goal, or you're getting somewhere with something, and then all of a sudden it just collapses, like, all of it. But that doesn't mean that you've lost. The only battle you're having is the battle with yourself. Like, you don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. um there's just no point in that, because we've all got our own journeys. And it's also, like, really important to have these moments, these tower moments, where all of a sudden all you worked for hasn't like hasn't amounted to anything, or that it's like collapsed. And that actually might be a sign that it might not have been for you. Like, the I guess, because life is like a journey, and you do things, like, for example, I don't know, you might have thought about building, not building, I guess, buying a house, and then you're saving up and saving up and saving up, and then all of a sudden something happens. I don't know, you lose your job, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't buy this house anymore, because I don't have a job or to sustain my income or whatever. And then you end up using the money that you've saved for your unemployed, because you're unemployed or whatever. But that doesn't mean that you've lost. that might be a sign that like right now isn't the time for you to be buying a house. Maybe right now is the time for you to be taking a break, from working. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's the judgment we place on our situations that make it the problem, because there's no actual problem unless you make it so, because everything is unfolding as it's supposed to be, So that's the message I got. That wasn't I wasn't thinking as I was talking, so I'm pretty sure that was channeled. That's how you know, because when you're channeling, like you're not thinking, it just comes out of your mouth, like without knowing, what you're saying. But I feel like these lives are becoming kind of chats rather than psychic readings. I mean, I'd love to do. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I'd love to do more like psychic readings, but I mean, I could change my lives to just, I don't know, chats, psychic chats, not psychic readings. I mean, I could do a combination, I guess. That would be awesome. What do my guides want me to talk about next? Oh, attachments. Unhealthy attachments. Well, I don't want to get too personal with this, but I definitely resonate with this card. Unhealthy attachments. I guess this sadness might be coming from an unhealthy attachment to something or someone. It could be anything. But yeah, man, it's a time for us to look at unhealthy attachments that we might be having. It could be like a mind thing, like, a mindset change that we need to be going through. I mean, that's something that I mentioned earlier, I feel like. So, and it's coming up again. So I feel like it's really important to look at unhealthy mindset patterns and attachments that we might be having. And remember that, like, these two characters, their chains are on their neck, and it's really like loose. It's not tight. So they could easily just take it off, but they're choosing to stay there. And it's a part, I guess. I'm never going to judge somebody for attachments that they might be having. It could be like smoking, or like playing video games all the time, and like not going to work or school. And I'm never going to judge somebody for that, because I know that whatever we're going through is what's right for us at the time, even if it looks bad, like from the outside. Like, obviously, if I saw, I don't know, an example, my friend who has a smoking addiction, I'm never going to think, oh, good for them. But at the same time, I know that that's what their soul is going through right now. And I can't place my judgment on their experience, because they might be doing that for a reason, like it might be a coping mechanism. I mean, I'm pretty sure that smoking is a form of coping mechanism. Like if somebody's very stressed or overworked, they might smoke to relieve the stress, and then it becomes an addiction. But I mean, not for everybody, but for some people. And I'm never going to judge somebody for that, and I'm not going to be happy for them, but I know that, like, their soul is going through that for a reason, and their soul knows what it's doing. So I'm not going to not step in. Like, obviously, if they're coming to me for help, I'm going to do what I can, even though, I mean, I don't personally know, because I don't smoke, but like, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not going to like abandon somebody for going through a difficult time, but at the same time, I'm never going to put my judgment on their experience, because their soul needs to do that for their soul growth. And yeah, it's really important to know that. And yeah, I just saw the Death card and the Emperor. Yay! 2 major arcana cards. Yeah, I was just going to talk about this one, which is like every negative experience, every negative attachment, or attachment in any case, is kind of a process that we go through in order to transform. This is the Death card is about transformation, and every experience we go through is a stepping stone into transforming into our higher version of ourselves. So, like, my grandmother passed away in 2014, and it was very traumatic for me. And before that, in 2012, I lost my baby. So, like, and these two experiences, at the time, like, both times, I was very depressed, very, like, but more like anxious about like living in this world and things like that. But they were the catalyst to, even though it was actually 3 years after my grandmother passing, that I saw her, like, I saw like the angelic version of her. But anyway, like, that was really important that I went through those two experiences, because they're the things that helped me transform into the version of myself that I am right now. And I'm never going to have had the, like, had I not had these experiences, I would have never become the person I am right now. So it's really important for our soul growth to actually go through negative experiences in order to transform and become a better version of ourselves, so that we can, help others. Because I'm sure if you're watching my videos, you're similar to me in that, so to help the world and help people, and help the collective. That's why we're here. That's why I know I'm here for that. And I didn't know that back then, like in 2012 or 2014, but I know that right now. And had I not had these experiences, I wouldn't be able to be here and talk about these experiences and, actually help people. Because if you don't experience things, you can't know what it's like, and then you don't know how to help. So, and I'm not bashing psychiatrists, by the way, because psychiatrists, even if they don't go through certain experiences, they, I'm sure they studied hard, and they have experience in helping people. But that's a different topic for a different day. But yeah, like, these experiences that transform us into our higher version of ourselves, which is like the Emperor, are really important. And then from these experiences, we can create structure, we can create leadership, like become leaders in the process, like, in order to help these people. And we can help each other all the time. Like, that's really good too. Like, we have to be helping each other, through these experiences. Yeah, seeing different perspectives, like, rather than judging people for their experiences, it's important to look at yourself and others from a different perspective. Like, for example, like, somebody who's broken the law, it's so easy for us to be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, you deserve to go to prison or jail or whatever. But you don't know them, like, you don't know where they came from, and like why they're there and why they got themselves into that situation. It might have been part of the contract that they have before coming to earth, that they want to experience. Their soul might actually want to experience these experiences, and maybe in order to help people, other people, to not make the same mistakes. But we don't know that if we're placing judgment on people, you know? You just don't know what other people are going through unless you've been through it yourself. And even then, it's still different because it's your perspective versus their perspective. And nobody in the world has had the exact same life with the exact same, like, you know, characters, you know, the same mother, father, siblings, whatever. So you don't even know, like, exactly what it's like to go through them. So rather than like placing judgment on them, on these people, it's just really important to try to be like empathetic and like compassionate towards them, you know. I hope that makes sense. But today is becoming a very not psychic reading kind of video. It's more like a chit-chatty video, so I guess that's important too. And I might change the title from psychic. Oh, change, positive change. As I said, change too. Like I was just saying like that I might change the title and then saying change. Maybe rather than like psychic readings, I could also do, well, not rather than, I could do both, but like I could also just like do a video of me just chatting and like getting information from the universe. What does the universe think of that? Should I still continue doing these psychic readings? Should I continue the psychic readings? Well, I see movement in this card. Adventure. What? I'm feeling like go with the flow. These fire cards, not swords, wand cards, Page of Wands and King of Wands. Yeah, I'm feeling like kind of dipping my toes into different things. So rather than just doing psychic readings, maybe I could just do chit-chatty live, you know? That's an option. What? Okay. Should I just stop doing the psychic readings? Should I stop doing the psychic readings? No, not stop. Okay. It's not time to stop. Kind of like contemplate. Okay, contemplate what I actually want. Maybe I want to just like talk about like these kind of spiritual stuff. Yeah, man. I feel like I could do more doing that rather than just psychic readings. I could do like a combination. Combination? Yes, teacher. Soul searching. Yeah, I could do a combination of like if there aren't that many people wanting psychic readings, I could just like change it, turn it into like a chit-chatty thing. Okay. That's exciting. I'm going to leave soon because I have things to do. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you live again on Tuesday at 10 a.m. if my internet works. And I need to mention, right? For some reason on my YouTube page, I don't have a community tab. So if I'm late or if I have issues, I'm going to be commenting, and it's going to be a pinned comment where I'm going to be saying like I'm having issues with the like going of the internet or whatever it might be, and it's going to be like on the previous video. So next time if I'm having issues going live, I'm going to put a pinned comment on this live video, on this video, saying that I'm having problems going live, so that you'll know what, you know, if I'm actually coming on live or not. So I hope that, and if you'd like a psychic reading, a personal psychic reading, there is the Etsy store link that you can click, so you can get a personal reading. And What else? That's going to be about it for now. So I'll see you next Tuesday and take care. Love you. Mwah. Bye.